Malcolm Training Tutorials, Malcolm's OpenSearch Dashboards, Queries and Filters. In this video, you will learn how to 1. Navigate dashboards and time filters. 2. Apply and manage filters. 3. Use advanced search queries. To support your learning, a convenient cheat sheet can be found under Search Queries in ArcME and OpenSearch Dashboards in a Malcolm documentation. Topic 1. Navigate dashboards and time filters. From the Malcolm landing page, click on Dashboards to get started. Depending on how network data is captured or uploaded into Malcolm, network logs may represent live or historical traffic. Live data is current and continuously streaming, while historical data is data that was captured previously and then uploaded. Queries and filters help limit large amounts of information into a more manageable data set for analysis. Each time you apply a filter, your search gets more focused. New users of Malcolm are sometimes confused when they see no results found when analyzing uploaded data. This happens when Dashboard's default time filter is not set to cover the range of the historical data. Even if you don't have other filters applied, there's always a filter on time. All network data is time series data, which means every event has a specific timestamp. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the time filter dialog, which is set to last 15 minutes by default. To adjust the time frame, click on the calendar icon. You can select the preset time ranges or customize the time range to cover the range of data you want to analyze. By clicking on the start and end date ranges, you can choose an exact date like December 31st or a relative time like 1 week ago. Most dashboards also have date-time histograms that allow you to zoom in and out on specific time ranges. Click and drag to select a range, then release to narrow the time filter to the selected time period. To zoom back out, select the calendar to adjust the time frame.
Topic 2. Apply and manage filters. Filters help narrow down large datasets to focus on specific events of interest. In Malcolm, every widget and item on the dashboards is interactive. As you hover over these elements, various options will appear near your cursor. For example, on the Severity dashboard in the Severity Tags table, if you see an interesting tag like Sensitive Country, you can click the plus icon to filter events related to that tag. When you click the plus icon, a filter will appear in the filter bar above, showing the field name followed by its value. Filters in the filter bar work together with Boolean and logic, which means each new filter makes the group of results smaller. For example, if we are looking for severity-sensitive data in a specific country, we could apply an additional filter to further narrow the focus to clear text passwords. Pinning filters allows you to apply them across different dashboards. By default, filters are pinned, but you can unpin or pin them individually as needed. A thin gray bar to the left of each filter indicates that the filter is pinned. By clicking the funnel icon, you can edit all the filters as a group, allowing you to pin or unpin all of them. For instance, if you pivot to the HTTP dashboard from the Severity dashboard, pinned filters will still apply, allowing you to continue your analysis seamlessly. If you want to remove a filter, simply click the X on the filter, or use the menu on the filter bar. Filters can exclude items as well as including them. If you want to filter out a value, click the minus sign when you hover over a widget. You will see the new filter with red text. This is a not filter excluding that field value. While simple point-and-click filters using the widgets are sufficient for many tasks, filters on the filter bar can also be customized with greater flexibility and precision. When creating or editing a filter, the first step is to specify the field. As you begin typing, the list of fields will narrow down to help you identify the one you want to use. For instance, if you wanted to search user agents, typing user will narrow the available fields to include user agents. Next, you select an operator for your field. Some Boolean operators apply to a single field value, while others apply to multiple values. A field operator is one of is not, is not one of, exists, or does not exist. Is means the field value must exactly match the filter value. Is one of means the filter will match if the field's value equals any of the specified filter values. Is not and is not one of are the negative or exclusive counterparts to is and is one of, respectively. Exists means the field is present regardless of its value. Does not exist means the field is absent. You can add custom labels to filters for easier identification. You can edit filters at any time by selecting the filter and choosing the Edit option. After making your changes, be sure to select Save.
Topic 3. Use advanced search queries. If the simple filters provided by the filter bar do not fulfill your needs, you can write your own search queries. In the Malcolm documentation, which can be accessed via GitHub or directly from the Malcolm landing page, a table containing query syntax examples for OpenSearch dashboards can be found under Search Queries in Archime and OpenSearch dashboards. OpenSearch dashboards supports two query languages: Dashboards Query Language, DQL, and Lucene. DQL is simpler and more intuitive, while Lucene offers more advanced capabilities. This video uses DQL because it is the simplest syntax for writing queries in dashboards. You can edit your syntax options on the right side of the search bar, which is located above the filter bar. Note that the syntax language may change if you switch to different dashboards that use another query language. The first syntax we will demonstrate is a field exists, indicating that some value is present for that field. To find events where any field exists, type the field name. We'll use related.user, followed by a colon and an asterisk. You can select refresh or use the enter key to apply the filter. Here, we find that the related.user field does exist, with a value of administrator. To find events where a value does not exist, use not, followed by the field name and an asterisk. The filter will then show everything that does not have a value in that field. To filter on specific values, type the field name, followed by a colon and that specific value. If you want to search for a value that contains a space or other special characters, the filter value should be enclosed in quotation marks. To create complex queries with multiple conditions using Boolean, and, or, and not logic, type the field name such as network.protocol followed by a colon in your condition within parentheses. For more search queries, please refer to the Queries and Filters cheat sheet on the Malcolm GitHub site. You can use even more advanced query options with Query Workbench, which lets you run on-demand SQL and PPL queries. For those who are familiar with this type of syntax, it can be a very powerful tool. To access the Query Workbench, click on the menu in the upper left corner of Malcolm and choose Query Workbench under the OpenSearch plugins. At the top, you can switch between SQL and PPL. There's also a button in the upper right corner where you can learn more about each type of syntax. Structured Query Language, SQL, is usually used in relational databases like MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, or Microsoft SQL. The Query Workbench starts with a default query that, when you press the Run button, shows all the tables and indexes in the database. You can format SQL queries on a single line or separate them across multiple lines. Query results are presented in a table below the query text. Here is an example using SQL syntax. PPL is designed for users who are familiar with Splunk. Splunk is another tool for handling large amounts of data and has a specific language that uses piping to manipulate and filter search results. To illustrate search pipelines, imagine a food processor. You put items in one end, and they come out processed on the other end. Similarly, as query results go through PPL search commands, they are grouped and formatted to create the desired outcome. We will write the same query from the SQL example, but with PPL syntax. After running this query, the results in the results section will be the same as they were in the previous example. If the advanced syntaxes used by Query Workbench seem overwhelming, don't worry. All of Malcolm's data can be queried using the filter bar or simpler DQL syntax. Dashboards Query Workbench is primarily for analysts who frequently use relational databases or Splunk and are familiar with writing queries for those tools. That concludes the tutorial on queries and filters in Malcolm's OpenSearch dashboards. By mastering the essentials of navigating dashboards, applying time filters, managing and customizing filters, and writing advanced queries, you can effectively search and analyze your network data. Check out the description section for links to the Malcolm GitHub site, a Malcolm discussion forum, and more.